Hey everybody, it's Miss Sarah. Today I would like to show you how to write your letters. So, if you are 4 years old and 5 years old and you are learning how to write letters, I want you to try to write all the letters along with Miss Sarah. Okay, so in order to do this, you can use crayons, markers, pens, whatever you would like. If you do not have, because Miss Sarah is going to use dry erase markers and her board here. If you don't have that, you can go ahead and use a journal and turn the pages as we write each letter, or you could use a dry erase board and a sock. I like to use my sock as an eraser. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start with letter. Think about all the letters in the alphabet. What comes first? Letter A. When I make an A, now try to write this with Miss Sarah. When you hold a pencil, some of you friends might hold pencils in different ways, or markers or crayons or whatever you're going to write with. You might hold it like this, and that's okay. That means that you're still learning, and that's all right. You might hold it with a couple fingers. The way that Miss Sarah likes to hold her marker is, I go ahead and I put all my fingers in a fist, and then I point, and then I get my thumb, and I go chomp, 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 and then I chomp on my marker. And that's how I hold my marker, okay? And then I have it nice and comfortable in my hand. You can't hold your marker like that just yet. That's okay. You have little fingers and they're still growing. Okay, so let's start with letter A. When I do letter A, right with Miss Sarah, I start at the top and I cross down. I go back to the top. I cross down and I do one line in the middle. Letter A. What comes after A? Go ahead and erase it if you've got it. Letter B. B, right with Miss Sarah, is one line down, back to the top with one bump to the middle, and then bump to the bottom. And I have letter B. B. Go ahead and erase it. We still have lots of letters to go. I know you got this. Next is letter C. So you start sort of at the top, but sort of not all the way up there. And you curve up, down, around, and stop. And I have letter C. Next is letter D. Right with Miss Sarah. One line down, come to the top, curve all the way down to the bottom. Letter D. Tell me what comes next. It's letter E. Ready? Right with Miss Sarah. Another big line down. Cross at the top, cross in the middle, and cross on the bottom. Letter E. Next, let's do letter F. One line down, cross at the top, cross in the middle, and stop. Right? If we would do another line at the bottom, that would make us another letter E, but we already did letter E. Okay, next is G. So, right with Miss Sarah. Are you writing with me? I hope you are. Take one, or you're going to start sort of in the middle, cross up, around, and stop. And then you're going to do one line just like that. G. Next is H. I like writing letter H. It's one line down, and then another line down, and then in the middle, you connect. Letter H. Here comes letter I. I is one line down, and then you do a little line on the bottom and a little line on the top. I. After I, we have J. Ready? J, start at the top, a line goes down, and then you curve to the left. And then you do a hat top. J. After J, we have K. Ready? K is one line down. Go to the top, cross to the middle, cross back out all the way to the bottom. K. After K, I have L. H-I-J-K, L. L, one line down, and then across on the bottom. Stop. You've got it. L. Okay, here comes M. M is a little tricky because it has a lot of lines. So, watch. Miss Sarah. M. You start at the bottom. You go to the top. You cross down all the way to the bottom. Come back up. And then down again and stop. M. N is very similar to letter M. It's just less lines. You start at the bottom, draw up to the top, draw down to the bottom, draw up to the top, and stop. N. Next is O. You know how to do letter O. O is just like a big circle. Start at the top, come all the way around and back up again. O. Next we have P. One line down, come to the top with a big bump and stop. Letter P. Next, after P is Q. Q kind of looks silly. Q is like you start with the big letter O. So start at the top, big circle around, and then come back. And then do a little tail at the bottom here. Q. After Q comes R. Are you writing all these letters with Miss Sarah? We're almost there. R is one line down, come to the top, do a bump, and then come on out. R. After R, we have S. S is for Miss Sarah. So for S, you start at the top, not quite at the top, sort of in the middle. You curve up, down, and back up again. That's tricky. So you start at the top, you curve up, around, back up again, and stop. S is like a squiggly letter. It's a little bit tricky. If you don't get it the first time, don't worry. Practice. Next is T. T is easy. One line down, come to the top, and go all the way across. T. Let's erase that. Next comes U. U is another curvy letter. So you start at the top, go straight down, curve at the bottom, and then come back up. U. V. Start at the top, cross, down, cross, back up. V. W is one of those letters that have a lot of lines, just like M, okay? So W, you start at the top, come down, cross up, cross down, cross up. W. X is easy. You can make an X. X, start at the top, crisscross, start at the other side, crisscross again. X. Y is also a little tricky. It has a lot of little lines. So Y, start at the top, cross down, start at the top, cross down again, and cross and do a straight straight line all the way to the bottom. Y. Z is a zigzag. Z is a zigzag. Start at the top, you cross to the top, cross to the bottom, and cross along the bottom. Z. How did you do with your letters? Were you writing with Miss Sarah? Now, if you couldn't write all of the letters, that's okay, right? You're learning. If you keep watching this video and you keep writing with Miss Sarah, I'm sure you will have your letters in no time. And I'm very proud of you for learning how to write. That's awesome that you're learning how to write. Aren't you proud of yourself? Can you maybe practice your name? What letters do you like to write the best? Think about this. And I hope you had fun writing with me today. And I will see you next time. I want to see you write your letters. Bye-bye.